Well, hello and welcome, comic and manga connoisseurs. I'm your host for today's issue, Xboxgut, aka Cameron. I am also joined by my co-host, MLGman, aka Luke. Back again. Almost February. It's time is flying, man. Issues are getting pumped out. It's a good time.
This is
It's,
issue 10, bro. We're in double digits
yeah,
now.
double digits for sure. And be on the lookout for some special episodes, aka key issues. Shout out to my buddy MLGman here for coming out with that idea. Uh, yeah, keep your eye out for a couple new guests. I'm gonna try to get a couple more people. I've sent out a couple emails to a bunch of different creators, um, and I'm sure I remember I told you about Cody Collects.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to
yeah.
Cody Collect. Uh, he said he was gonna be maybe free in February or March.
Sick.
He's pretty busy this month, so he said he'd be ready to do it around February or March time. So that'll be cool to have him on. He already commented on our last issue,
Yeah, I
or
saw
no,
that.
2 issues ago. Yeah, yeah. He's a cool guy, man. I'm surprised he was even like he even hit me back because I was like, this guy's poor wallet is dying or some shit. And he was like, oh no, the YouTube pays for the pool. So I'm like, more power to you.
Speaking of Cody, bro, did you see his room tour he did? His collection tour?
I did not.
He did a video just a couple of days ago, and I actually watched it. Dude, his collection is sick, bro. He's got one of those things I have always wanted to get is he just has like a whole filing cabinet, and it's
Oh
just
yeah, I did
full
see
of
that then.
comics and shit. Like,
Was that new?
yeah, I mean, he must have. I know he does it probably every year, but he had one that he just did his like 2025 collection. Um,
Mm.
but yeah,
I might have watched one of his older ones because I do
yeah, yeah.
remember him having that whole filing cabinet.
But yeah, he has like the TV in his office with like the PS2 hooked up, and he's got like Ultimate Alliance going and shit. It's just his setup is sick. So yeah, dude, I would love to talk to him. He seems like a super cool guy.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, he's always on that weekly pull, man. He's always pulling 15 books a fucking week.
Yeah,
Um,
bro.
so yeah, I and he loves East of West as well.
Oh, sick.
He loved that series. So yeah, Cody, if you're watching, can't wait to have you on, brother. It's gonna be a good time.
And in a similar vein, hopefully, I guess I'll shout him out. I'll put him out there. The homie Noah, aka Rogue Robin, from the Hall of Nerds podcast. We've been in the talks for doing an episode for a couple months now, I think. And around the holidays, things just didn't work out. But this weekend, as long as everything goes well, he's going to be joining us as probably our first guest. And it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, everything goes well. But yeah, I'm excited to talk to him as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. I've been dying to get a guest on here, man.
Oh, yeah,
We've been trying to kind of spice up our content a little bit between, besides us just chopping it up,
for sure.
trying to get some guests on, throw some mini games in there. I'm excited to get him on. It's gonna be a good time. I was gonna try to get Zag on, but he doesn't read anymore. So I mean,
What? Just in
yeah,
general?
yeah, at all. He doesn't read manga or anything anymore. Cause whenever I got back into comics and I was reading, I think it was either Invincible or The Walking Dead. It was around whenever I first got back into reading. I kept trying to push him to fucking read. And I'm like, bro, you gotta read something. And he's like, yeah, I keep up with One Piece every week, but that's it. And I'm like, ah. And then there's been a couple times where me and him have played some games on Steam together. And
Mm.
I asked him like, hey man, fucking you read anything? And no, nothing. So yeah, I was gonna get him on, but I mean, we're a manga and comic centric podcast. I don't want to just straight up just talk about video games the entire
Right.
2 hours. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
he's never read Berserk or anything like that, so we can't, chop it up about Berserk or. But yeah, he was one of those guys that I did want to get on. Maybe we still could if we kind of pivot our main
Topic.
content. Yeah, our main topics for that episode. It might work out.
For sure. I know as far as creators that I am wanting to get on the pod here, I wanted to reach out. I can't remember if I did reach out or was going to, but Gant Collects. He's a pretty cool creator. He mainly does stuff, I believe, on TikTok and Instagram, like short form type content. But he just started his YouTube channel, and if I can pull it up here on my phone real quick, uh, yeah, he made the transition over to YouTube. I'm sure he's still doing short form stuff, but his first video came out a little over a week ago. My boy already pulled in 1.3k views on that, so congrats. He's already got about 400 subs on his channel that he just started. So big shout out to him. Hopefully have him on. Uh, and also a guy named Marcus Comics. I was gonna reach out to him as well. Uh, he seems like a pretty cool dude. So if they happen to be
Rocky
watching,
Comics, that's the guy with the red hair, right?
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I already reached out to him.
Oh, you did?
He yeah, I reached out to him and never emailed me back, so I don't know if I was trying to find if he had a Discord or something like that, but if you have a business email, I would expect, you to be like keeping up with it, you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
kind of get some like business stuff.
for sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll hit him up and take a swing at it. But yeah, for sure. I would love to see some other new faces here on the pod this year. Like I mean, we've been talking about this for a minute, but last year in 2025, we started late in the year, and it was very much like a trial and error kind of deal, just getting our foot in the door, figuring out what works. But this year is really like I feel like our origin story. You know what I mean? Like this year is prime time. Uh, so for everybody watching, be expecting um, some fresh feeling kind of stuff. Hopefully, we'll be more concise, have better games and segments and stuff like that. Hopefully, some new faces. And if you want to reach out to creators, if you want to see them on the pod, that would also help a ton. Like if you comment in their videos, be like, "We got issues, wants you," then that would help out a ton. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited for this year, man. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun down to the guests, the book club. And then keep in mind we got a special episode, key or no, we're not calling them key issues. We're just calling them the book club, right?
Yeah, for the like buddy reads or whatever yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Those aren't the key issues.
yeah, the key issues are gonna be like the guests. We got a brand new episode coming out probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks of our Watchmen review. And what we think about it. I am extremely behind on it. I haven't even started. I'm like halfway through the first issue, and my boy Luke over here is pretty much almost done. I need to lock in and read it. I've just been doing my thing, man. Gaming. That's what I love to do.
As long as we stay on track. Looking at my calendar, the Watchmen special should go live Friday the 23rd. So if you guys are watching this, you guys should be seeing this episode on the 21st. So yeah, if all goes well, here in a couple days, we'll have our Watchmen special out.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was reading it and I was not feeling it on
For
Watchmen. I'm not.
real.
We're not. We don't have to go into it, obviously, but yeah, was not fucking feeling it
Just those
with
first
Watchmen.
couple issues?
Just the first issue. Like I remember reading the first 4 issues, across like 4 days or something like that, because I was doing a little short form content where I was reading an issue of Watchmen a day,
Hmm.
and I got to like the fifth issue, and I was like, yeah, this is just not for me. So I read the first half of the first issue, and it's like all right. I don't know. I just don't think this story is for a comic reader like me or like a reader like me specifically. I don't think I'm gonna get like I just don't think I'm gonna get the moral of what he's trying to tell. Like how, because whenever you were telling me, I know we're not trying to get into it obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
real quick, you messaged me, you're like, oh man, I love the whole like the way he's trying to tell this story of like pre-heroes or like heroes of the golden age and all this shit, and I was like, I didn't pick up any of that when I read it. So I hope or not, I hope, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it nearly as much as you are. I'm definitely gonna read it and give my thoughts on it, but I just don't think I'm gonna get like the nuances that Alan Moore is trying to tell in Watchmen. I Yeah, call me bird brain, whatever you guys want. I don't know. I don't know if Watchmen is gonna be for me, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna give it a fair shot, and I hope it reels me in. Past issue 4, but it's very slow, very 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 wordy, um, and just not my type of story. Hopefully it reels me in.
Well, as far as Watchmen goes, again, I'm not going to go super deep into it, but I guess I just wanted to kind of give my like initial base level thoughts since that's what we're talking about. Speaking of that first issue, I mean, I think our special is going to be really entertaining. Just the conversation around it, because it seems like we have pretty polar opposite feelings when it comes to the book. Because that first issue of Watchmen was one of my favorite single issues I've ever read. Like, I absolutely loved the vibe of it and following Rorschach and just like this nasty, gritty city and just the description of it, and it all just really reeled me in with the atmosphere and everything. I fucking loved that first issue especially. Um, but as far as like the nuances and theming and stuff, it definitely. I mean, not to. I don't know how much you do know, but it does kind of require a little bit of like historical knowledge as far as like post World War II, like Cold War era stuff, and like kind of an understanding of what America was like at the time, and what was going on in the media with like McCarthyism and like the Red Scare, all this kind of like political nuances, and that it's basically, I don't know if this will help you in your experience at all, but Alan Moore is essentially using superheroes as a metaphor for like corruption in the American government, and for uh, like people being scared of nuclear war and communism during the Cold War, essentially. But they're using uh, superheroes as like a metaphor.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't know shit about history. I love World War II. I don't know anything about the Cold War or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everything is just gonna be going over my head, and I'm just gonna try to. I already have a feeling that I'm gonna be like how I was as Preacher,
Mm,
like just trying to fucking finish it because I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I can get into it. There's one thing I will say though, the vibes are fucking incredible.
bro,
Like
the art.
hearing Rorschach's yeah, oh yeah, the art of course, the coloring. But hearing like Rorschach's like inner monologue whenever he's like picking up the little smiley face that was on the body that he killed, or not he, but on the body that he found that was killed or murdered or whatever, that was pushed off the building. It's just awesome. I think that's cool. I just think that yeah, we'll just have to see. You guys will have to see in a couple days whenever we come on with that episode, on how I feel about it. Because so far, a while ago, I read the first 4 issues, just was not for me, and I read the first half of the first issue like almost 5 6 days ago, and I just wasn't feeling it again. So
Mm,
hopefully I can and keep in mind, I'm not going into it with any preconceived notions or anything like that. I'm not going into it expecting an action story. I'm not going into it expecting anything, to be honest. It's just there's just it reminds me very similar to like some Silver Age, Golden Age, like very wordy, um, very like kind of like an underlining vibe of like politics in it, which I don't know. I don't know, not for me, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that it can reel me in with the whole mystery aspect because at the end of the day, I hope Alan Moore is not just trying to tell his politic view. I hope he's just trying to tell a cool murder mystery story starring a Rorschach, um, and hopefully that'll bring me in. But that's pretty much all I got to say about Watchmen so far.
for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. It is a slow burn kind of story, and me being towards the end, there's definitely a period in the middle of the book where I'm not as hot on it as I was the beginning, where it does slow down a little bit, and it feels a little bit meandering. But where I'm at now that I'm like nearing like the finale and the climax and stuff, it is starting to heat up again, and it's getting a lot more interesting. So I imagine within like the next couple of days I'll have it finished. But yeah, man, I don't blame you.
Yeah, and it sucks because everyone loves Watchmen. It's literally rated top 20 books of all time, including just straight novels. It's 100% the highest rated comic of all time.
That's glaze. Honestly, I wouldn't put it that high. Like I enjoyed it a lot, but there's also again, I don't want to give my thoughts too much, but there's some
Yeah,
stuff that I don't like as well. So I wouldn't put it anywhere probably near my top. And especially considering novels and stuff, I do read or at least used to read a lot of novels as well. Dude, it's not even close. Watchmen's not even up there.
yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it'll bring me back in, and I'm not gonna not read it. I'm definitely gonna read it for the buddy review because that's kind of the whole point of our buddy reviews is that Luke might feel a completely different way about something, and I might feel a completely different way about it as well. And that's where the entertainment comes in, is we could both kind of bounce each other's, pick each other's brains a little bit, and maybe open each other's eyes to some of the stuff that we didn't realize or didn't see before or didn't even think about in the first place. And I feel like Watchmen is one of those where it's definitely going to be, um, if I don't end up enjoying it, it's going to be a very uh double-sided coin type shit of
Mm.
do our review on it, which will be entertaining, and it'll be awesome to hear your side of things and how you perceive them and how I perceive them as well. um but yeah, that's the beauty of our buddy reads, is that we both have a series like Berserk. We're both like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, like we both love it. And then we got stuff like Watchmen, um, and eventually like Jonah Hex and stuff like that that we're eventually going to get around to, that we might end up enjoying or might end up having some different opinions. But that's the beauty of the whole buddy read that we have going on.
Speaking of the buddy read, I mean, I absolutely agree with you. I love the buddy read aspect and just us being able to have the discussion whether we both like it or neither of us like it or only one of us likes it. It's just a really awesome way to just talk about it. But what I would like to do at some point, once our channel or once our pod gets a little bit bigger, and if we get more people actually participating in the buddy reads and reading it along with us, if we could do like those episodes and live and have people in chat talking with us about it as well, and it can very much be like a forum, like where we're just like all giving our input and talking about it. We could even at some point maybe have guests and we can like do it even on Discord where because you can have like a stage or something like that. I don't know exactly how it works, but different people can like actually give their inputs live. We could do something really cool like that, um, and have it like a true like book club. But
Yeah, yeah,
we've
for sure.
that's definitely down the line. But I would love to expand upon the buddy read kind of stuff. I just love the
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah. And then with a series like Watchmen, everybody I'm sure has read Watchmen, and I'm
Right.
sure the majority of people really do enjoy it. So having a different opinion, like hopefully I enjoy it, but having a different opinion like me not enjoying it as much, um, it'll, bring some good discussion. But we can move on. We can move on because I know
Okay.
me and you could be sitting here talking about Watchmen this entire time.
Yeah.
Um, any new things you have picked up? Because I have picked up not a ton, but I picked up a good chunk of some trades. I got an omnibus and I got a deluxe edition from Image. And I would love to talk about those as well. I don't know if you've picked up anything new, or if you want to talk about like your whatnot,
Yeah.
your past days on whatnot or something like that. You can get into it. I'm gonna go grab myself a cup of coffee. I can still hear you. You guys can still hear me. I'll be like 5 seconds.
For sure, man. Well, as far as what I've picked up, I've been trying to really keep my pickups to a minimum, which I know sounds crazy because I still am getting some stuff, but I'm trying not to go balls to the walls. It's something I'm really working on this year. In fact, what I am doing is selling a lot of stuff. Like Cam mentioned, I did have a whatnot show this past weekend. I had two shows, got rid of a lot of stuff. Shout out my boy Ergo. He pulled up. Don't know this guy whatsoever, but he pulled up to my stream yesterday, and he was looking for dollar comics, and I'm just trying to get rid of this shit and make a little dough on the side, so I didn't care a whole ton. I had a bunch of stuff. I was doing awesome deals, giveaways, stuff like that. Anything that I put up for $1, this boy popped. You know, like he sniped it. So um, by the end of the show, I ran my show for like 2 hours, and he bought basically like a short box worth of comics. And luckily, this guy, because shipping would have been insane if he was on the mainland, but he also is in Hawaii as well. Like he apparently he lives like 15 minutes away because I was looking at the shipping label. So shipping wasn't terrible, but I literally like taped up a short box and shipped it out as a short box to him. So he's got a good
What did that come up to ship?
um I mean, like, so I messed up the label. I don't know exactly how much because he paid for most of the shipping. I only paid $15 out of pocket for it because I had to reprint the label and they charged me for that. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure. I do all my shipping stuff through the postal service because it's just way cheaper. Um, but yeah, I needless to say, I sold a bunch of comics. I made a ton of room over here. Um, yeah, so as far as what I've picked up, though, I mean, let me see. I did get this. I mean, it's on my shelf. I did get this slim Ghost Rider omnibus. It was that one that you were looking at a while ago, and you had the whole mishap with the Jason Aaron Ghost Rider.
Yeah, yeah.
I found that one. Got it for super cheap. I think I got it for $40, and just an easy cop because it's like $100 book, $60 off. Like, you know, I got that one because you know I love me some Jason Aaron. I'm trying to read some more Jason Aaron this year as well. Uh, I got. Let me see. When I was at my LCS, I had some store credit, so I ended up getting some Conan the Barbarian. I got a Conan trade, one of the newer ones called the Savage Sword of Conan. So there's like two different versions of Conan. Like there's just Conan the Barbarian, which is colored, and it's more tame. Like it's still violent and stuff, but there's not as much gore. There's not as much like nudity. If anything, there's like no nudity. It's still badass, but like it goes back in the day to where the Comics Code Authority was like more prevalent, and they were like cracking down on what you could and couldn't put in your comics. So there's like certain stipulations, but to get around that, they created a second series called Savage Sword of Conan, which was not colored. It's black and white, but it's not the exact same. It's still like uh, it's like a different kind of Conan story, but it's got a ton more gore. It's got a bunch of nudity and like cursing and like it's just way more
Sounds like my type of
mature.
story, man.
Yeah, bro. And they're doing this um like a newer run on it. It's like a new Savage Sword of Conan run. And it's pretty cool. So they've got these big trades for them. So I picked that up and I only paid like $5 out of pocket for it. And I'm excited to check that out. Um but yeah, man. That's about it. I've been trying to really lock it down. I mean I have a few things in the mail, but for real that's about it that I've gotten.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so speaking of selling comics, I ended up selling because you guys know I'm not a fan of Garth Ennis's way of storytelling. Um, I didn't like Preacher, I didn't like The Boys, and I wanted to get into his Punisher run, but I think it's pretty telling that I'm not a Garth Ennis fan uh, at all. To be completely honest, I think uh, The Boys was a lot more realized in the way he wanted to tell the story. Like there was a clear vision that he had with the boys and how he wanted to tell the story about Billy Butcher and all those different characters. But Preacher for me was really a massive letdown because the beginning was extremely strong, super intriguing, um, and I was totally sucked in the first couple. And it contains one of my favorite trades of all time, which is the whole backstory of the State of Killers, which kind of goes back to why I picked up one of these books that ended up picking up in this haul. Um, so I put up The Boys and Preacher for sale, and I ended up selling The Boys for about 95 bucks, and I ended up picking up um let's see, I guess I could grab them right away. I ended up picking up because my boy Luke ended up gifting me. I think it was for my birthday, right, Luke? The
Yeah,
Hulk,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Hulk ones. Yeah, so my boy for my birthday ended up gifting me Hulk Planet. Or no, sorry, the Smastronaut with Ryan Otley art, Donny Cates. I love both those creators as well, and then obviously Hulk Planet as well by the same two creators. Um, but there's a trade that is in the middle of these that is apparently pretty big in the story where you almost need to read it to get Hulk Planet. And it's funny because I remember whenever I was reading the Immortal Hulk, there is an entire couple of issues that kind of retells this story that I picked up in this trade. So this is going to be Hulk versus Thor: Banner of War. Um, it is in between both of these, and I needed this one to complete this basically the whole run of this, which I'm extremely excited for. I can't wait to get around to these because these I could probably knock all three of these out in one sitting. I love me some Ryan Otley art, and I can't wait to see. I know Banner of War, Hulk versus Thor isn't in Otley art, but still, I love Hulk. I love Thor as well, and Donny Cates is a fantastic storyteller, in my opinion.
I don't know if it's credited on there, but again, I don't know the extent to either, but there's a couple of those Banner of War issues where Daniel Warren Johnson has some like creative input somehow. I don't know exactly what he did. Like on Comic Geeks, it credits him as a writer. I'm not 100% sure which issues or what, but I know I've seen Daniel Warren Johnson listed as a writer for at least one of those issues.
Let's see. I'm looking through it. Yeah, Donny Cates with Daniel Warren Johnson as writers on this.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I love you guys know I am a massive fucking DWJ fan. So this is gonna be cool. I can't wait to get into Hulk versus Thor or just this whole little mini Hulk run, if you will. This is all of it, right?
Yep.
Sweet. So yeah, this is another completed collection in trades. I love Hulk, man, and I need to finish Immortal Hulk. But I ended up buying that, and then I have been extremely in the market for even before it came out. I wanted to get the whole singles run of this omnibus that I bought, but I held back. I didn't want to. Well, I'm gonna be completely honest. If my LCS did have a couple of the single issues, I probably would have went the route of single issue collecting for this series. This is a while ago before I started selling or like dropping a lot of series that I had in single issue pools. Um, but this is one of those series that I knew I would love because I loved the State of Killers in Preacher. That was the best trade. Probably one of my favorite trades I've ever read. I don't know if it's better than Geiger, um, like in single trades, like format. But man, I really enjoyed that whole backstory. I love the whole Western vibe. I love the whole gunslinging in the winter and shit like that. And if you guys already don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you guys did. I've been in the market for this even before it came out. This is going to be uh, Jonah Hex All Star Western Omnibus by Jimmy Palomati and Justin Gray. This looks right up my alley, man. I love westerns. I love Red Dead 1 and 2. I love Young Guns 1 and 2. I love Tombstone. I love all those good classic western stories, man, like Santa Killers like I've been saying. Um can't wait to get into this. I don't know anything about Jonah Hex. I hear he has better runs than this one, but as an introduction, I feel like this is going to be a great introduction. And I never knew that Jonah Hex had like half of his face blown off.
Yeah.
And I seen a couple of panels where he puts the cigarette through that hole and he starts smoking the cigarette through that hole.
Have,
It's
have you
awesome. I
seen
think it's
the
super cool.
Have you seen the Jonah Hex movie?
No, with what's his name?
Josh Brolin.
Yes, Josh Brolin.
Dude,
Yeah, no, I haven't.
it's got Josh Brolin and Megan Fox in it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a movie until recently, and I found it the Blu-ray for it for like $4 at my local used place. I haven't watched it yet. I kind of want to read the comic first. Um,
Yeah, I
but
heard that movie was so bad it's good, kind of,
yeah,
in a
yeah,
way.
I'm sure
Yeah.
because like I never hear anybody talk about it. But do you know what we should do? We should read it together for the buddy read and then watch the movie.
Yeah, I'm down for that. That'd be fun.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that movie looks pretty bad, but yeah, I love bad movies, so. But yeah, this is one of those series that if I didn't like it, I would be very surprised. Because it looks right up my alley. It looks super fun, and I was flipping through it, and I got a not like a major spoiler like Jonah Hex dies or some shit like that. It was just a character that you would think wouldn't be from this time period shows up in the like towards the end of the book, and it's a pretty big DC character that shows up in the middle of this book that I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't. Yeah, I won't keep going on into that spoiler, but another thing I do really like about this omnibus is that I was stretching the spine before after I got it, and it is so new that even whenever I open it now, it's still cracking. Like the glue is still cracking. Like it's brand new. And it's funny because I never felt like that with any of my Marvel omnibuses. Whenever I cracked those out of the plastic wrap, but this is such a beautiful omnibus. I literally just opened it to that page that was spoiled me. That's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, I like the art. I love the spine doesn't overstretch like my Hulk one. It's in great condition, and I can't wait to get around to it. You know what is one thing that I was not expecting? The spine is a little weird. I didn't expect the spine to look like that.
Yeah, it is a little different now that you say that.
Yeah,
Because
it's
usually
very
the
different.
words are like on their sides, but this is like straight down.
Yeah, yeah. So that was I bought the Jonah Hex omnibus and I bought the Hulk versus Thor trade with the money that I got from the boys, and I already know I'm gonna enjoy these way more than I did the boys because the boys was I love me some weird raunchy shit, but that was just fucking out of this world at raunchy and shit. So let me put these away and let me grab what I picked up in my first haul. This actually the Jonah Hex and the Hulk book were in my second haul.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, yeah, never mind. I do remember what you got.
Yeah, so let me put these away and let me grab Absolute Peak
Yes,
because I
sir.
loved these. So if you guys don't know, in our Christmas special, Luke gifted me Geiger's Volume 1 and 2. So I had to. This is all I picked up, right? I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me look at my Comic Geeks because I'm like, did I pick up just? I'm pretty sure I just picked up these three.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I remember
Um,
you telling me.
yeah, okay, so we can get into it now. I picked up Geiger's volumes 3, 4, and I got Junkyard Joe the deluxe edition. I'm just going all in on this whole fucking what is it? Nowhere universe or some shit like that. It's
The unnamed.
yeah, the unnamed universe. Yeah. This shit is for me. I fucking love it. I love a good war story. One of my favorite movies of all time is Fury with Brad Pitt. And I know it's a World War II story, but this story right here, Junkyard Joe, really hit home for me personally. Like I didn't think it was better than Geiger, but my grandpa's a Vietnam veteran, so this story hit home for me a lot because I love my grandpa a lot. I look up to him in a couple different ways, but this story just follows this character named Junkyard Joe, um, that is like a very old like warrior, but he embodies he's like the I'm not gonna say human embodiment, but he's like the embodiment of PTSD, of learning how to live after um, what traumatic experience war would be like. And there's a very pivotal moment for this character because if you guys don't know anything about Junkyard Joe, he was literally built to be a killing machine, like a Terminator, right? And he ends up doing that. He ends up killing, and I'm not gonna say who or what he kills, but he kills something, and it totally changes his entire mentality around his life, his world. And keep in mind that this character, Junkyard Joe, never speaks a single word ever. And he has so much emotion in such a stale, very still face. Um, no pun intended, not steel, but still. Um, Fantastic character. And after that whole incident, he never touches a gun again. And it's almost essential that you read this before you continue on with Geiger. In my personal opinion, I think that this is essential. You have to read this to understand. I'm not going to spoil the later parts of Geiger, but he definitely is a prevalent character in the Geiger storyline. Um, just fantastic character, and the way it all loops together is just fucking genius. I think Jeff Johns is really knocking it out of the park with this whole unnamed universe stuff. But Junkyard Joe is basically the prequel to Geiger. You could read Geiger the miniseries and you could read Geiger Volume 2 and still kind of get a feel that, okay, now I want to check out Junkyard Joe, because that's almost the way I'd kind of recommend it. You read the first two trades of Geiger and then you read Junkyard Joe, because then it all kind of puts it together. You know who Geiger is. Now you know who Junkyard Joe is. You start seeing Junkyard Joe comics in the first miniseries of Geiger, and you get it. You see that it's written by a guy named David Muddy something, and you realize that he's actually a character in this unnamed universe that Joe uh, really loves fondly, to be completely honest. And absolutely fucking 5 out of 5 stars for me. Junkyard Joe is that good. It like I want more Junkyard Joe, man. I'm upset that it's just this, because if you guys want to go get this, I literally picked this up for $15 on Amazon, or like $17, something the price of a normal trade. Um, it's really oversized, almost too oversized in my opinion, but it's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Please go and read Junkyard Joe, because he is more human than a lot of human characters that we see in modern day comics.
Yo, Cam,
Um, what's up?
I have a theory, bro. And now that you're caught up with Geiger, I think you can understand this. So, spoilers for Geiger Volume 4. I know Cam's gonna probably, you're gonna talk about Geiger here in a moment. Um,
Yes.
Dude, I have a theory. So, as far as Junkyard Joe, I think Junkyard Joe is going to meet the kids from Geiger, and at some point he's gonna have to protect them because he sees them as the kids from way back when.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. I could definitely see that happening.
I mean,
Um,
it's just one of those things where I think there's like a parallel there, and I think that I could definitely see that like going down, like that situation.
yeah, for sure. And even like to add to that theory, like the reason why Junkyard Joe is the way he is because he killed a kid, and he never wants to be like that again. He never wants to harm a child he wants to protect. So even just seeing those kids that are from the miniseries, you know what I mean? Like it's a given. You know what I mean? Like if Junkyard Joe and those kids eventually, I'm sure they will eventually meet up. I know Junkyard Joe's gonna do nothing but fucking throw himself in front of them to protect them.
For sure.
Um, yeah, fucking yeah. Junkyard Joe is such a good character, and I just wonder what the fuck the whole ending of the series was about. Like with Geiger
Oh,
and some random person with Geiger like in a portal, like looking at Junkyard Joe, like, oh, there he is. And that never gets explained in the actual.
you gotta read Redcoat, bro.
Oh, so that gets explained or what? Oh, so he's probably with Redcoat then.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Redcoat
okay.
Redcoat is basically this. I don't know the specifics because I haven't read it, but he's like this immortal soldier. I guess he was like obviously from the Revolutionary War, like a British guy. But I guess maybe he like defects or something, and he like runs off and does his own thing. But he talks to different like American, I guess like folklore people. Like I know there's one where there's like Johnny Appleseed, who's like a character, and like uh shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to
Yeah,
think
yeah.
of what's the big dude with the blue bowl or whatever. Do you remember those stories from when you? Ah, damn.
Uh,
Never mind. It's like one of those like American folklore
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah. I
things.
hear you.
But anyway, uh, I guess he's like kind of a time traveler or something. He's like an immortal time traveler. So it all has to do with like the unnamed universe. But yeah, I completely forgot about that. If I'm honest with you, the
Yeah,
ending of
yeah,
Joe.
yeah. So I read all these within 2 days. I mean, they're super lightning fast reads basically, and yeah, they're just. I was wondering when that part was gonna come up because that it takes place way before, like that whole ending part of Junkyard Joe takes place way before Geiger ever started. So I was wondering if we were gonna see something like that happen, like where they pull him to the future or some shit like that. But either way, I don't know if Red Coat is my type of thing. I don't know if I will end up getting into that. Probably not. But now I know that I won't be expecting that to get resolved in like the next issue or the next volume of Geiger or something like that. But I guess we could just hop into my little mini review of volumes 3 and 4 of Geiger. It was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed it. I thought bro, the art is straight up different in the first half of 3. It is straight up different. I don't know what
Can
it
you show
is.
me an example?
It's in the way he draws the faces. Like I'm trying to find an exact. Like look at this is perfect example. Look at the way Geiger's face looks. Like there. I don't know what it is, but then whenever you get, it's hard to tell with the glare. But like keep
Yeah.
that in your mind. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in your mind. And then after the prologue, look at his face there.
Yeah. No, you're right. I can see that.
That is completely different. And I tried to even go back and see if there was a different like penciler or something, and no, it's all the same, but it is extremely fucking apparent. And it's not a
Interesting.
bad thing or anything. It's not like it's bad art by any means. It's just it's such a it threw me off a lot, and I was not with it for the first couple of issues of this trade. Still fantastic story. I love the whole Fallout-esque-ness of it. But yeah, I love the whole like you get a sense that this character Geiger is, you know, kind of going off the deep end. He can't control himself. He can't the whole time reading this story you think he understands his powers, and then you start getting like glimpses or cracks in his character where he doesn't know. Like he takes the fucking the sticks out of his back that contain his like his radiation, his Geiger, if you will, and he just starts going haywire. Well, you eventually meet a character that's in the fourth trade that I won't spoil, but that character in particular kind of teaches Geiger um, how to hone his skills, hone his powers without fully like going Hulk mode and killing all the people around him and stuff like that with his radiation explosions. I thought it was fucking awesome. I love that character that I'm alluding to in the fourth volume. I think that character is super cool. I think it's a fantastic way to kind of segue the story in a way because you think that character is a good character, but then the character ends up being like a, kind of like a bad guy in a way. But we all know that character is going to be coming back, and the whole way it totally. I know Luke probably talked about this a couple issues ago or maybe last issue. But the way it brings it all full circle back to the whole miniseries almost damn near brought a tear down
Yeah,
my
dude.
eye
I told you, bro.
because yeah, it was awesome. I loved that whole the last couple pages, man, where that specific character that I'm talking about keeps telling Geiger like you need to put yourself there where you like don't you like love something, and then he starts thinking about his family, and then he's like as that character goes off and does her own thing or whatever, Geiger starts thinking back to what that character was telling him, and Geiger just thinks to himself like Like those are my family. You know what I mean? Like in the miniseries, like those are my kids, those are my people, basically.
Well, on like another layer to that, right? Especially, I mean, it's even more heartbreaking and kind of a big moment for Tarek himself. The more you think about it, because going back to the miniseries and the first trade of the ongoing, he's waiting for his family, like, to come back, like, cause they're locked away in that bunker, and the only hope he's holding on to is whether or not they're alive, right?
Live.
And
Yeah.
so I think him at the end of volume 4, that's finally like a moment of him accepting that his family is gone and finding peace in this new like found family around him. And so that to me was like a really heartwarming but also like sad kind of moment for Tarek that I really enjoyed. I think that was a solid moment of like character growth for him.
Mhm. Yeah, just seeing him cry and just seeing him holding those two kids that he saved at the very beginning of the miniseries was just awesome, man. Awesome. And then Nate is back there kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? Like
Dude,
giving that
we gotta
look.
talk about Nate real quick. What's your thoughts on Nate, man?
I not that I didn't like him. I didn't trust him I didn't trust him until volume 4 because at the end of the day he was a nuclear knight, which are the people that are all after Geiger. You know what I mean? Like they're all after Tarek and you know, who's to say that Nate wasn't a character that was sent by that little fucking like the queen or whatever to watch him or to follow him and stuff like that. Like I think for a barren wasteland, the technology is pretty vast and pretty expansive in this series. So I never put it past Nate to be like a spy for Geiger, and I
Mm-hmm.
really fucking hope that he isn't because I really ended up liking his character towards like the beginning of volume 4 and obviously towards the end. Um, like his whole zigzag is his steed. I love that whole thing. I
The
love Barney.
three-eye donkey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he's a fucking awesome
or not a
character.
donkey, zebra. Sorry.
Yeah, Zebra. Yeah. And it's just hard to let go of the fact that well, Geiger literally killed the prince of this fucking of like Vegas, right? And the queen is sending every single person after Geiger. Why would it I wouldn't put it past a character like Nate to be a spy for them. He was a nuclear knight after all, but then he starts opening up and you kind of start understanding that he is like almost like Luis from Resident Evil 4 where he was a part of Umbrella, but he ends up wanting to do better in his life. Like he led a shitty life, but he wants to be a better person. And even Nate says that in whenever he's starting to open up to Tarek, he's like, you know, I've killed people, like straight up, like I have killed many people, but I don't want to lead this life on that I don't want to live anymore. And then you kind of start getting a sense that he's like, okay, maybe, as a reader, like, as I was reading it, I started to understand. I'm like, okay, maybe he isn't a spy. Maybe he's actually just Geiger's fucking right hand man. You know what I mean?
Dude,
And
he just seems like a ride or die, bro. Like, I can see where you're coming from. I don't think that's the case, but I also like really hope they don't do
I
that.
hope not. Hope
I
not.
doubt they will personally, but dude, he's just like a ride or die, bro. Like he always has Tarek's like best interests in mind and is like doing anything he can for his homie. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
like
love Nate, bro. He is awesome.
yeah, like for example, like whenever something happens at the very like I think it's on volume 2, it is on volume 2 where he gets his books burned or something like that. Tarek gets his books burned, but that or no, he pisses off Tarek and Tarek is reading a book and then he ends up burning the book that he was reading. Well, in the middle of the night while Tarek and Barney were asleep, Nate goes out in the wasteland to try to find him that exact book, like to kind of make up for the fact that he was the reason why he wasn't able to read it.
Right.
And as he's walking in this desert, you know, desolate wasteland, basically, he's just trying to remember the name of this book. He's like, was it this? Was it that? Nah. pretty sure it was this, and all of them are wrong, obviously. But he ends up getting the book for him, bringing it back, and yeah, I like Nate a lot. I still am not 100% trustworthy in Nate, to be completely honest. I really fucking hope he's down with Geiger because it sure does seem like it. But I do like him. I just don't want to not like him later because he's already won me over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. That would be an absolutely heartbreaking, terrible twist.
Oh, terrible for sure. And I love the whole twist. I get we're full blown in spoiler territory for Geiger. Like I don't think it's gonna be lore breaking if you guys hear this and you guys haven't read it. But the way Molotov was revealed to be alive was fucking
Oh,
insane
yeah,
in my
yeah, yeah.
because the woman fucking the female glowing like the glowing woman basically instead of it being the glowing man like Geiger.
Ash,
um yeah, Ash not what is it,
Arden.
Ash something. Yeah, Ash Arden. Yeah, Ashley Arden. She is just like Geiger, and she leads on this almost in a way reminding me extremely of The Walking Dead, the way she has an entire, village with all these kids and all this shit, but there's something a little off about them and stuff like that. They don't like books and all this just weird shit, and then it turns out that she is actually a bad character trying to lead Geiger in so that she could relieve herself of this burden, which is her powers, and trying to get Geiger to absorb the fucking nuke that is hidden under this fucking town, and so that he could take the nuke's power in as well as hers.
You know what
Which,
though? That's a good point. That is reminiscent of The Walking Dead. I haven't read it, but that town does, now that I'm thinking about it, remind me of like when Rick first shows up to Alexandria. Like
yes,
at least in the show, I don't know how the comic is different, but everything seems like it's too good to be true, and like certain stuff is like just kind of off until
yep,
something big happens. You know?
yeah, exactly. That's exactly the exact vibe I was getting from it. If you ever do read the comic for The Walking Dead, it is apparent as fuck that something is off about this town. And I forgot where I was going with this,
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's all good. The girl, yeah, I'm trying to remember where I was going with
You were
that.
saying that her ulterior motives were to like use Geiger's power for the nuclear reactor or whatever.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what I was saying. Like her motives were pretty clear from the get-go, right? Like it wasn't really clear, obviously, like very, very clear from the get-go, but a couple of issues into her character, she's trying to teach Geiger to fucking hone his skills and shit like that to be able to take the nuclear blasts and all this shit, and then it's revealed that she's actually a fucking bad character. And I don't think her character is going to be. I think 100% she's going to come back around because even after the whole nuclear thing went off, Geiger's like, you know, I forgive you. You know what I mean? Like, why am I going to fucking hold this grudge against you and all this shit? So then she ends up going off and doing her own thing. And Geiger, Nate, and man, whenever Junkyard fucking Joe pulls up and he fucking saves Geiger was, dude, I was like, oh my. Because as much as I like Junkyard Joe, it's not better than Geiger, but Junkyard Joe is easily my favorite character out of this whole universe. Which
Interesting.
I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Junkyard Joe himself, not his series, but his character is my favorite of the entire fucking universe. And just seeing him show up and fucking Geiger throws an entire bus at his ass and fucking, Geiger starts tripping out over his over his sickness, and fucking you think Junkyard Joe's gonna go over there and fucking kill him. Well, nah, he just basically gives him like a defibrillator shock to bring him back. But then that's whenever they find that town with the Ash Arden to
Right.
save Geiger. Um, yeah, and then the whole, oh, that's what I was talking about, Molotov and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, uh, I've always wondered what had happened to him. I was like wondering, I'm like, man, I like, well, then is it in this one? Yes, in Geiger Ground Zero, which is kind of like a not a spin-off, but it very much it shouldn't even be called.
It's like a one shot.
I don't know, man. It's very fucking like it should have just been issues 10 and 11 in my opinion, because it's like it's basically a flashback to whenever Geiger got discovered by Molotov and he made him the
Uh,
Sith
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that shit, and like um it like starts telling you about Molotov's background and all that shit, which is essential to the whole character of Geiger himself, or Tarek, or whatever you want to call him. I think they shouldn't have called it Ground Zero. I think they should have just kept it in the mainline, run. Either way, it's in the trade. It doesn't matter. But I always wondered why or what had happened um, to Molotov, because his wife ends up dying. They bury him in front of the whole bunker, and you know Geiger and him. Well, Geiger, there's a wastelander, or whatever they're called, like the fucking crazy ass guys that just want to fucking loot everything. Was knocking on the bunker door where Geiger's family, his original family, is at, and Geiger full blown just fucking murders him in cold blood. And it freaks, Molotov out, which I don't really like, because Molotov literally just straight up blasted another dude right in his fucking face because he killed his wife. So I don't know. I think it's a little whatever, but they end up fighting about morals and stuff like that, and they both split their ways. And I always wondered, not always, I mean, it was obviously within a couple days, but I always wondered why or what had happened to Molotov. And Geiger always said that he's probably dead, and I thought so as well. But then he gets revealed that he's being held captive by Ash Arden, and that was a cool little twist. I thought that was awesome to see them, Geiger or Tarek and Molotov, get reunited. I thought that was really cool. I don't remember if he dies. I think he does. Molotov, I think he does bite it. But either way, it was
Yeah,
still
I
cool.
think so.
Yeah, it was still cool. And then you got the whole subplot with Junkyard Joe and his creator trying to come after him and take him back and make him his, you know, machine of war, machine of death, basically. And that was another thing that kind of pissed me off. Not that I disliked it. I just was kind of like, why the fuck is Junkyard Joe letting this dude mess around in the back of his head? Like, come on. Like, Junkyard Joe fucking punch his ass or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I get it. It's be some drama that happens with Junkyard Joe, which I'm all here for. I love that fucking character very much. Um, but yeah, man, I really, 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 really enjoyed Geiger. Thought it was fantastic, and I love a story, man, that has the whole tie-in shit. To me, it's just it enhances the story so much, where you could read one series and then all of a sudden that character's in this other series that you're as like an overarching fucking ongoing story. Love that shit. It makes me feel like I'm watching the MCU again, where you
Yeah,
see
dude.
Doctor Strange having a beer with Thor. Like, oh my god, that type of shit is my shit. I love that, and I think it absolutely enhances this whole universe. And even though I might not be down with Red Coat or any of the other guys, I think Junkyard Joe and Geiger are just they complement each other so well. I love it, man. Love it.
Absolutely, bro. I'm very glad you liked it because I ever since I read it, I figured that you would like it. Which is why I had to put you on. But I'm glad that I was successful in that. But no,
Oh
I
yeah, you definitely did, bro. Because I was like, I swear, bro. Like a couple nights ago, I was this close to ordering the rest of the single issues of Geiger,
oh
and
really?
just, dude, I literally was about to, but then I was like, dude, I just need to chill. I got plenty of other shit I need to read, and I'm already running out of fucking space in my Venom short
Yeah,
box.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't want to buy. So I'll wait off. I'll chill.
Volume
But man,
5 comes out. You got what, like 4 months or something like that.
hurts. Too
Yeah,
long,
I
but
know, man.
uh,
Well, hey, since
too long, but it'll be worth it.
speaking of, man, I'm trying not to double dip, but for Geiger, I don't know, man, because if for Geiger, if I'm just gonna get the deluxe editions, I have to wait like a year, bro, at least.
Yeah, yeah, which sucks. But yeah, nah. I'll just wait for the trades. I'll be fine.
For sure. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with you though. With like the tie-ins and stuff like that, I think that it's something that's very difficult to do in a manner that works well and like maintaining the quality throughout. You see the MCU and even just Marvel and DC continuity. It's very up and down with quality because you have so many people whose hands are in it and editorial and stuff like that, and it all gets murky at some point. But with something like this, where it's basically one or two guys at the head, it's an indie book. They have so much creativity and control over their own work that they're able to maintain the quality and the continuity very easily. And you can read all of the tie-ins together or separate, but it just reading everything together just enhances the experience. And
Oh yeah.
there's not a bad story in this universe, at least so far that I've read. Um, so yeah, you're absolutely right in that, and yeah, I think what Jeff Johns has been able to do here, and not just the unnamed universe, which I would assume is sort of like his bread and butter, like that's his baby, but I mean also you've got Rook Exodus, which is another Ghost Machine title that's not in that universe, also fantastic, and there's a few other things as well, but yeah, what he's doing with Ghost Machine is fucking insane, bro, because all of it is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I fucking love it, and I want to say this is my very first Jeff Johns exposure, and if anything, man, I am extremely excited for the Green Lantern run that he has, the new 52, because that it was honestly between volume one of that or Jonah Hex Omnibus, and I ended up pulling the trigger on the Jonah Hex Omnibus, but I know that Jeff Johns new 52 Green Lantern run is never gonna go out of print, so I don't mind waiting on that. The Jonah Hex is a little bit of an obscure character that I'm almost, I wouldn't say positive, but I'm pretty sure no one knows about Jonah Hex or anything like that. It's a very niche character. Unlike Green Lantern, everybody knows who Green Lantern is. But I will eventually get around to getting the Green Lantern 3 omnibuses because those are. I'm loving Jeff Johns' storytelling, man. It's got me hooked, and I'm a little upset that I gotta wait a couple more months to see what happens next in Geiger. But it just makes me so happy that an indie series like Geiger, because you guys know me, I love Escape, I love Viking Moon, I love Skinbreaker. Skinbreaker not for the story, but for more of the art. Um, this is the type of shit I love to see. An indie series that I really very much enjoy. I know my boy Luke fucking loves it just as much. But seeing it go the distance, like we're already on almost issue 20, which
Yeah.
is in the grand scheme of things, fucking almost 2 years, 4 months off of 2 years of Geiger, and I don't know where they're gonna go with this story, but I'm glad that I don't because I have a feeling that this is gonna be at least a 50 issue run, 100%. Like this is gonna be collected in a big omnibus, and I might have to scoop that whenever it comes out, or the compendium or some shit like that, because I have no doubt in my mind that he's got himself a golden fucking star with his unnamed universe. Like Geiger, Junkyard Joe, I 100% seeing it all being collected in a massive collected oversized edition for sure, for sure. Um,
That would be awesome,
can't wait.
dude.
Oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
even if Geiger isn't like 50 issues long and is a little bit shorter, but even if there's some sort of omnibus that collects Junkyard Joe, Geiger, Redcoat, like like the whole unnamed universe saga, you know what I mean? Like just all in one, and you can read it in the chronological order as it happens, or as it makes sense. You know, however they
Yeah,
choose to do it. Um,
yeah,
like whether you put Redcoat first, since technically it's first in the timeline, or Junkyard Joe, or if you read Geiger and then Junkyard Joe. You know what I mean? Like if you read
yeah,
like how you did where you read Junkyard Joe in between. Like you could do it a bunch of different ways, or you could follow the actual timeline. But regardless, if they did an omnibus like that, that would be awesome, man. I'm very interested to see where the end game of this like universe, this story is, because especially I've seen some, not necessarily spoilers, but I've seen some of the covers for the newer Geiger issues that are about to come out over the next couple of months. But it's starting to tie in extremely heavily with everything that's in the unnamed universe. I know they're starting to tie into Redcoat now because there's this character called the Northerner who is from Redcoat, who's like teaming up with Geiger So everything is starting to like come full circle, not only with Geiger to his miniseries, but also Geiger to Junkyard Joe becoming more prevalent. You've got the redcoat stuff, and also like the first ghost or whatever, like the president guy that showed up in Volume
Yeah.
4. Like everything is starting to come together. So yeah, I'm.
I
What's up?
I just have a feeling that like we haven't even seen the big bad of this universe yet, in my opinion. Like from what I've read in Junker Joe and Geiger, I don't even think we've seen like the Thanos or the Ultron of this universe yet, because I have a feeling like if you know, there's got to be another Geiger out there, another glowing man or glowing woman, whatever, but he's got to be an evil version of them. Obviously, the glowing woman is not particularly a good character right now, but I really really hope that they start stepping up. That's like it's not a gripe or anything, because I do think the villains are a little weak in
Mm,
Geiger, in my opinion. I don't think the whole Nuclear Knights or the Queen or any of those, the round table of those hunters and all that shit, I don't think any of them are particularly like cool or strong or anything like that. I want them to go against some more like bigger threats other than just humans, where Geiger could literally just fucking grab one of their heads and kill them like that. You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? I want to see them get tested where Geiger has to team up with Junkyard Joe, the glowing woman, Redcoat, whatever the whole team up situation is going to be like, against another Geiger, another Tarek, another Asgarden, but have some stakes where Nate dies or Barney dies or something crazy like that, to where you're and not just reeled in, you're like fucking sucked into the story where you need to see what happens next. I really hope they up their game on the whole villains, because as much as I do like Geiger, I feel like that is one of its shortcomings, is its villains.
Well, I first of all, I absolutely agree, and I would like to see some better villains and sort of get some insight to where the big bad is for Geiger. Like finally get, even if he doesn't fully show up, or even just like alluding to it, like a silhouette with like some dialogue, or
Yes.
somebody
Yes.
picks up the phone and it's like, "What's up, boss?" or something like that. Like, oh shit, there's like their boss is out there, something, you know what I mean, like shit like that. Um, but one thing I've also noticed now that you're talking about it is, I mean, I would also like to see a clear line of where the story is going, because the story has been peak. Like it's been awesome every time, but looking back, each trade is sort of its own, in a way, self-contained story of like there's a clear goal and endpoint, but not outside of each trade. I would like to see something that's like some sort of goal or endpoint beyond just the next trade. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something where it feels like the story is going somewhere. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it like Invincible, for example.
Thrag.
Something like, yeah, like you got the looming threat of Thrag in the background for like the last 80 issues or something, and you're like, this shit's gonna go down at some point. You're alluding to this Viltrumite war stuff, like all this shit that's cooking. I feel like Geiger, although it's been very good, everything that we've seen seems very short term, and it doesn't seem like it's building up to anything. Like, but I hope that's what they're doing soon by way of tying everything together.
Bro, and all it takes is for, like you're saying, to have him hit a Oda, where you get two black silhouettes, and it just says like, or you see a guy standing there on the phone, like like a
Like
henchman calls his
Crocodile.
boss. Yeah, exactly. Like a henchman calls his boss, and the fucking boss picks up, but you see two sticks in his fucking back in the silhouette.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, see that? All it takes is one issue, one page, just to do that, and we got a looming threat above Geiger, and that he's gonna have to fucking buck up with his team or by himself, and he's gonna either have to sacrifice himself or someone's gonna die. Because whenever we saw Thanos put on that fucking glove, you knew some shit was gonna go down. You knew people were gonna die, and that
Right.
was a clear, like you were saying, a clear goal in the storytelling was to get to this final boss or a boss,
Well,
you know, an obstacle.
with the MCU, you could even say that they were setting that shit up since Guardians of the Galaxy by introducing Thanos in like the post credits or whatever, and then introducing like the Power Stone with Ronan and all that. Like they were setting up the whole Infinity Saga, you know, several years in advance. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they're like ever since they introduced like the Power Stone in the first uh Guardians movie, and then you see Thanos, like there was a clear idea of where the story was going until it came to a head in like Infinity War and of course Endgame. Uh yeah, no, I absolutely agree. They've gotta step it up. Hopefully soon. Like I have a feeling they will. Um but yeah, one thing I did want to add, man, talking about like an evil Geiger or like a villain version of Geiger, other than Ash, which she's not really a villain. She's just kind of misled, or I don't know. She's got her own shit going on, but I wouldn't call her a villain whatsoever. Um,
Yeah, no, she definitely is. She like is a broken, like as much as Geiger's broken, I would say her backstory is almost more tragic than Geiger's himself.
to an extent, yeah, I would agree with
Yeah.
that. But I would like to see some more Geiger variants, almost like how they do like a Ghost Rider, how you've got the different Ghost Riders and all of them have like their own sort of design and like a different, like you've got the spirit of vengeance, the spirit of violence. You know how they have like the different skulls with like the weird tusks and the spikes coming out and shit. Like it would be dope if we see like a different kind of Geiger with like maybe a different colored radiation or like just
Purple or some
yeah,
shit.
some shit, just like a slightly different design. uh Dude, that would just be fucking awesome. I would love to see some more like Geiger variants out there. um yeah, dude, that would be sick.
Yeah, for sure. I think it would like don't get us wrong, guys. We love Geiger. It's
Oh yeah.
fucking peak. It's some really, really, really fucking good Image comics. But the one thing that I think they need to improve on is the villains. I don't think the villains have been bad. I just don't think that they're enough for the threat that is Geiger. You know what I mean? Like Geiger is basically the fucking villain in this fucking story. He's not a villain, obviously to us, but to them he is like the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like he killed their prince. He's coming after all these guys and they're sending all these henchmen to stop him, but he's just misunderstood in their
Miura,
eyes.
or I was gonna say Jeff Johns needs to take a page out of Miura's book, because I think Geiger is very much like in the way that he's portrayed, kind of a guts kind of character. But in Berserk, we see time and time again, guts have like his actual like match made. You know what I mean? Like as far as
Mhm.
villains with the apostles,
Yeah,
people that are like on his level to an extent. And people
yeah,
that actually need to like test him and push him to his limits. Where like with Geiger, it's him being super OP versus some stupid fucking Safari guy, or like
yeah,
the weird scientist with the Tesla coils or some shit like it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah, no, there needs to be some other villains that are on his level, and we
Mhm.
know.
That tests his fucking ability.
Yeah. Well, if not his specific ability or something different that's just like on par in strength, and we can see the clashing of the abilities. I think not only story wise it would be awesome, but just like the imagery and like art wise. Like you've seen Geiger go crazy with like him shooting the fire or the shooting the radiation and like blowing people's heads up and shit. Like you've seen the art go crazy. Imagine him fighting some other Geiger-esque character, just how like the spectacle of it all, you know, it would just be
Dude, I could just
awesome.
picture it now. Just like a green streak in the sky and a purple streak just fucking causing
Yeah,
like some mass explosion. See,
dude.
but like I know people in the comments or not in the comments, I'm sure people are already like, if they do get around to hearing this segment of the pod, they're gonna be like, well, we already seen that with Ash Arden versus Geiger.
But no.
But exactly, that's what I mean. Like it was like almost like a way of like Ash Arden isn't the villain of this story. And it's not like
I
she.
see Ash not as a villain, but more as like that rival kind of character where they crap butt heads and she goes off and does her own thing, but she eventually comes back and like joins the team. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, that's exactly what
she's
it
not an
is.
actual villain.
She's like, I know we haven't got to that part in Berserk, but she's like Farness in Berserk, a
Mm.
character that starts off villainous with literally torturing fucking Guts to becoming a mainstay in this fucking newfound party that Guts has, to actually, minor spoiler, to having a crush on Guts throughout the second half of this fucking story, like really actually falling in love with him and kind of seeing the good in his character. She reminds me a lot of Farness in a weird way, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean I don't know what you're talking about because I'm not there yet, obviously. But no, yeah,
We'll get there
I
pretty
can
soon.
see
You said
that,
the
man.
next arc. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a good conversation about Geiger. I love it, man. I do love it. But there
Absolutely.
are a couple of things that I think need to be improved, which the only thing that needs to be improved is the damn villains. That's it, in my opinion.
Well, and like again, these are valid criticisms that aren't by any means coming from a place of like dislike. It's because we love this book so much and we just want to see it succeed
Exactly.
and the story go somewhere cool. Um, yeah, no.
And I have a feeling that fucking Jeff Johns, if he were to hear our conversation right now, he'd be like, "Oh, all right, just wait, motherfuckers,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wait."
No,
So
absolutely.
I have all faith in Jeff Johns that he's gonna come up with something absolutely fucking insane. So and at the end of the day, I kind of hope it doesn't end there, because I have a feeling he's gonna introduce a big bad that's totally testing the limits of, Junkyard Joe, Geiger, all these fucking Ashard, and all these different characters. Where I hope that's not the end of it. I hope there's just gonna be a climbing and climbing and climbing battle against Geiger and his newfound family, which I hope that's the case. But at the end of the day, I don't want it to feel like like Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
where it's kind of like, or like One Piece, for example, because Dragon Ball Z kind of makes sense, but in One Piece, it's just kind of like, all right, our team's gonna kill this villain, and we're gonna be onto another big bad guy, and then Luffy's gonna get a power up, and we're gonna kill him, and then we're gonna move. It's like I kind of don't want that, but I want it to feel like cohesive, like the MCU, where we fought Ultron, and then we fought fucking Thanos. Like I want it to be like a greater and greater threat, but not feeling so much like One Piece, to where it just feels like, all right, next fucking arc, here we go. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I feel that. And like I mean as much of a I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a like a power scaling bro, but I always do love to seeing those conversations. But one thing I do love is throughout, especially you see this in manga and anime and stuff, is seeing those power ups and like the characters get progressively stronger throughout the series. Something like that would be cool, but I think also I think it could get very gimmicky quickly
Yeah,
if it's not
yeah,
handled very well. And I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying.
100%. Because I feel the exact same way. Like, I don't want it to get gimmicky, but I want to see Geiger fucking hone his powers and actually kick some fucking ass, but have some struggle. You know what I mean?
I feel like we might see something soon though, because at the end of Volume 4, didn't he absorb like that whole fucking nuke? Like that
He
whole
did.
meltdown?
He
So,
did.
I mean, his powers are volatile, but moving forward, he's stronger than he's ever been. So, I mean, we could see some cool shit coming soon.
100%. And it almost alludes to it too, because like you were saying earlier, like probably 30 minutes ago, whenever we started talking about Geiger, we were saying, or you were saying, that him seeing his two new kids, not his kids, but his two new kids, almost as him accepting that he doesn't have his original family anymore, that the only people he wants to see are not his old family, but his new family. And I think
Yeah,
with that newfound mental strength that he has with those kids, and his newfound nuclear strength with the whole absorbing the nuke bullshit, I think we might have a whole new version of Geiger
that would be
coming.
super poetic and pretty fucking awesome to see. And dude, I can just imagine it too, like having almost like a Geiger, like almost like a Super Saiyan moment, like when Goku first goes Super Saiyan. almost like Geiger just standing there, and the fucking flames like are insane looking, but he has it like under control at the same time, and just like you can see the clear change in Geiger where he's not just like acting on pure rage going like berserk mode. It's like a controlled anger, and like he's, you know what I mean? Like you can see
Oh,
it
100%.
honed to a point to where like it's giving me like fucking goosebumps just thinking about how peak that would be. Like I actually have goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, throughout the whole story, even after he meets Ash Arden, um, he literally like falls to his fucking knees and screams and explodes a fucking whole town to
Yeah.
smithereens. Like I can imagine like what you're saying, where he's honing that fucking skill, kind of just eyes closed, flame building around him, and then he fucking opens his green eyes like Hulk and just starts unleashing his fucking power. Geiger is fucking fantastic, and I if they can get down the whole villain stuff, which kind of worries me because they're alluding to a lot of the whole henchmen of the whole queen and stuff like that with the whole round table of them. They're alluding to a lot of those guys. So
Yeah.
I hope that one trade handles one guy, one trade handles the other guy. But I really hope they do go into a direction of like Geiger, Tarek, Ash level of threats.
Dude, you know what would be fucking dope though? So what hasn't really been dove into yet is why the unnamed universe is the way it is, why it's a wasteland. Like we know, excuse me, Molotov, built the nukes or whatever. He's very much like an Oppenheimer kind of character, but like as far as the people behind him, is it like a vault tech kind of situation where they're just doing it for like corporate gain, and like, or is it, you've got this character pulling the strings, and he's like almost like Armstrong kind of from Metal Gear, like kind of in the background, like a kind of like a strong president, uh like villain kind of character.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like a character
yeah,
like Armstrong, if we find out like if he's like in charge, and like we see him face off against Geiger. Obviously, in my head, I'm thinking Armstrong, but I mean like a character in a similar vein to that, or like. But I'm getting out of hand here. What I'm trying to say is I'm more interested in like the why. Like I could honestly care less. Like it's vaguely interesting to me, but like the round table stuff, like you were saying, the casino, like New Vegas shit, don't care. I'm more interested in like the politics of like why the fuck the world is the way that it is in this current state, and what happened between Junkyard Joe and Geiger that led it to this
that was
point.
exactly what I was just gonna say. Like there's a clear difference in the world that Junkyard Joe left off in his series and the way Geiger starts with the miniseries. Like there's a
For sure.
clear fucking divide in that whole in the whole world, which there could be some extremely fucking good storytelling to be had there, like a lot of twists, a lot of stuff like that. Um, and even like the Armstrong character that you're mentioning, like he could be the big bad that is kind of like the
That's what I'm
brains,
saying.
but is also the bronze, where he has the fucking the Geiger abilities as well, where he doesn't even need the fucking sticks. He could just do it on command. Like I could see them doing some really fucking cool stuff like that with Geiger, and it just makes me all the more excited for this series because, like we've said 1,000 times, I'll say it again. It's still fantastic, even though we have gripes with the villains. It's still fucking great, and it's just making us, like Luke was saying earlier, it's a series that we enjoy so much. We want to see it thrive, and we want to see it better. It's not like we're picking it apart and making it our own story. It's just there's certain things that we would want to see improved to make it even better than it already is. And I'm sure Jeff Johns, like I said, if he were to hear this conversation that we're having, I'm sure he'd fucking throw us a wink and be like, "Don't worry, like I got something cooking. Don't worry."
Absolutely. Yeah, Cameron, like our what we're doing right now, talking about this and like the theory crafting and just kind of like talking about where the story could go and just getting super excited for it. That is how I felt reading Bug Wars for the first time week to week. Like it's that same sort of feeling where I'm just so excited for everything in this world that's being created and just what's to come. But we don't have to be on Geiger for too much longer. I'm sure we've been talking about it for 40 minutes by now or something like that.
Yeah,
But
for sure. I mean, either way though, I mean, this is something that me and you. This is a conversation in the making, like
oh yeah,
that you've been trying to put me on for a while, and I'm finally caught up with you. We're at the same exact point. I feel like this is a conversation that needed to be had.
it's a long time coming.
Yeah, 100%. 40 minutes, an hour, it don't matter. This is something that me and Luke wanted to talk about for a long time, and finally I'm around to catching up with Junkyard Joe and Geiger itself. But we can move on from Geiger because I'm pretty sure we can talk about it for another 30, 45 minutes as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what Jeff Johns got in store for us. What are we at now? What is our runtime? Do you got our runtime?
Yeah, I think we're at like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. You want to run a mini game, or do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Um, well, I did want to talk about with you just real quick one last segment before we do the minigame stuff. Uh, do you want to talk about what series that we could possibly get into this year for like buddy read type stuff? Like once we're finished with Berserk, I mean, I know we were talking about Jonah Hex, um, but there's a few ideas I had, and I kind of wanted to pick your brain or see if you had any thoughts as well.
Jonah Hex is obviously one of them, which I'm a little. I want to read that shit right away. Like as soon as I'm done with Watchmen and I'm done with Immortal Hulk, I want to hop into Jonah Hex right away because seeing that spoiler made me wonder, like, what the fuck is this in the past? Like, is this actually in like, I don't know. We'll have to talk about it eventually whenever we get around to it. Um, but other than that, man, I don't know. I really don't know if in terms of manga, in terms of comics, there's not really much more that I have to read in collected editions. Like I have like a little under 10 books. I think now that I have 11 books left in my collected edition like collection, now that I have like Jonah Hex and the Hulk Omni in, or not Omni, the Hulk trade in. I don't have much else to read. I have like, Spawn, Death and the Return of Superman, um, Something is Killing the Children. I have Blue and Gold, Immortal Hulk, Venom by Donny Cates, Ultimate Spider-Man, and that's basically all I have left. Um, and as for like single issues, I don't have anything else besides Rain in Hell, which is an 8 issue little mini run.
Right.
And but like I have tons of manga. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that I haven't read, which
so
I don't know if hold on.
okay,
Hold
sorry.
on before hold that thought. There's a fighting game that I am a big fan of, which is funny because I've never actually played a Fatal Fury before, but Fatal Fury City of the Wolves just announced its new guest fighter for its game, and it's a very ambiguous trailer with you get the desolate wasteland and a boot walks on the screen, and
Fist of the
you're
North
like, who the
Star.
fuck? It's fucking Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. So I don't know
Fuck
if you
yeah, dude.
own any of those or
I
read.
own the first four of the hardcovers.
Okay, well, I don't know if you're down, but we could do that for sure because I own the first. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I own the first, so I literally own half of the run. There's
I've been
20.
meaning. So I read the first hardcover when it first came out back in like 2021. Um, and then I was picking them up as they were coming out. You good, bro?
Ugh, black coffee when it gets cold is abysmal.
Oh
Ugh.
yeah. Um, I read the first book when it first came out, which is like the first 1.5 volumes or so. Um, but I never continued. I've been wanting to go back to it for a very long time, so I would absolutely be down to go back to Fist of the North Star because that's a world that I really enjoy. And especially talking about Geiger and Fallout and stuff like that. It's in the
Perfect.
same vein, post-apocalyptic. Uh, Not only that, but it's also been on record that it's an inspiration for Berserk as well. Kenshiro
And
and
it's very JoJo coded as
oh,
well. Like it is
well,
Iraqi
JoJo, if I remember
like
correctly, is a
that.
parody of Fist of the North Star.
I didn't even know that. That's actually pretty funny.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure at least like part one was created as a parody of it.
Well, that is one series that I'd be more than happy to read through. Because you know, obviously I'm in love with comics now, but I've been kind of in the itch to read manga recently. I've been wanting to read Fist of the North Star ever since I saw that fucking the trailer of fucking Kenshiro fucking like on that guy's fucking forehead, like the classic Kenshiro shit. I that has been a series that I'm like, dude, I would love to fucking read Fist of the North Star. So that would be my vote. I don't know if you own like One Punch Man, but One Punch
I
Man is
don't.
another like kind of epic series that I would love to fucking read, but I wouldn't expect you to pick up 30 plus volumes of One Punch Man just for the buddy read, you know what I mean?
For sure. I mean, if I were to do that, I'd probably like crack and get the Shonen Jump app or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a really good fucking idea actually.
But my idea, uh, dude, you know what got solicited for October or November?
What?
The final book of Vinland Saga.
Oh, that's right. I literally need two more and that'll be it because I have 1 through 12.
And you said you only read through Farmland, right?
Yep.
I
I'm on 7.
Okay. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I've been wanting to reread it from the beginning from a very long time. I so
See, that's a series that Zag could definitely fucking be our third man on the book club. Read.
I know he loves
Oh,
Vinland
he
Saga.
loves it. He
But
loves it. I
I
think that's his favorite series of all time.
it's my favorite manga of all time personally. I've read up to book 13 and then 14 came out last year, but I didn't read it yet because I was waiting for the series to finish up before I like continued that arc. But
Is there 15
uh
or 14?
there's 14 now. 15 comes out later this year is going to be the final book.
Okay, so then I would need to get 3 books then because I
Uh
have 1 through 12.
yeah, 13, 14,
Okay,
15. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
definitely doable
dude,
for sure.
I would love to reread it from the beginning and finish the series off cuz it's one of the greatest things I've ever read, dude. I fucking love Vinland Saga and I think book 13 of Vinland Saga is one of the greatest things I've ever read. I'll be honest. Like
Dude, for me, book 5 of Vinland Saga is the single best book I've ever read.
I I understand that, but dude, like don't get me wrong, I love Farmland. Like that whole arc is like I like it more than the next arc, but between then and book 13, there's so much more emotional weight that like builds up and like by the time you get to book 13, you see how far Thorfinn's grown, how far Einar has grown as a character. You know, I won't spoil too much, but there's like they're trying like it's about Vinland Saga. They're trying to discover Vinland and like start
Hmm.
this new civilization kind of, but they have this statue that they have made in their town center of Arnheid, and they like dedicate their settlement, dedicate their town to Arnheid because they make that promise to her, at the end of 7 before what happens, and they're like, we don't want this to ever happen to anybody we love ever again, so like we're going to dedicate our lives to her, you know? I don't know if you remember that happening.
I never read 7. I
Oh,
was on
shit, my fault.
I read 5 and 6, which is the farmland, right?
Yes. Oh shit, my
Yeah.
bad, bro. I thought when you
Nah,
said
it's all,
when you said you were on 7, I thought you meant like you finished 7.
no, no.
Okay.
Nah, it's all good. I don't
My
even know
fault.
who that character is.
You would have to probably reread it. But
Yeah.
my point being is like book 13 was that point in the series that felt like they were looking back at like everything that came before it, and they were like, all right, this is it. This is the final chapter. Like, this is the final arc, y'all. Everything that we have set up and built upon is finally coming to a head. Characters are having full arcs by then. Like, it feels like the character growth for the whole cast feels like it's finally like paying off. You know what I mean? Like stuff that happened in book 4, stuff that happened in book 5, book 8, all matters, and it's all like, you know what I mean? It's coming full circle in that way. And there's some really awesome moments in that book, but I won't glaze it for too long. It's my favorite manga, so I've been wanting to reread it for a very long time now. And you know, the other day I saw that the final book got solicited on Comic Geeks, and I was like, bro, this would be the perfect thing to do for a buddy read, another like long series that we can like really dive into.
Yeah, for sure. And Vinland Saga is like in a way very berserky with the whole character depth and shit like that, especially with Thorfinn. I fucking love that character. Um, Another one that we could do is Vagabond as
I was
well.
just about to say that, bro. Same
Yeah, because
wavelength.
I have the first, I think I have the first four or something like that. I have them down there. I don't want to pull them out, but with the deluxe editions and shit like that, I'm almost pretty sure I could find the Vizbigs. I don't know if they're out of print, but I'm pretty sure I could find the Vizbigs
They're on
on
Amazon.
Amazon or
They're
something like
cheap
that.
too.
Yeah, yeah. So I could. I don't want the deluxes. I you know, I don't see any need to double dip like at all. I know if it was that good, maybe, but I already have about a quarter of the whole series in the Vizbig format, so I would probably just stick with that. Um, but yeah, Vagabond's another one that I've always wanted to get into. I'm always extremely interested in Miyamoto Musashi's story, um, and it being told by Takahiko Inoue. I think that's his name, Takahiko Inoue. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's his name. The guy who did Slam Dunk, the guy who did Real, um, just two polar opposites. A samurai fucking coming of age story and a basketball story. Like I think two complete polar opposites. And some people say Slam Dunk is the best manga ever made. Some people say Vagabond is the best manga ever made. So Takiko Inoue is definitely one of those creators I want to get into, and I don't think any better way we can get into it without reading Vagabond. I think that's one of the only mega three of the seinen universe, not universe, but like the seinen big three, if you will, the Berserk, Vinland Saga, and Vagabond. Vagabond is the only one that I've never even opened a single page to, and
Yeah.
it'd be cool because my sister is in love with Vagabond.
Oh,
Like she
really?
she, yeah, I bought her a bunch of the volumes or something like that for Christmas a couple years ago, but she absolutely loves Vagabond like a lot, a lot, a lot. And maybe I don't know if she ever finished it, but if I tell her, hey, come on the fucking pod, fucking have you on the buddy read, you know what I mean? Maybe
That'd be
maybe it'll
sick.
push her to finish it. But yeah, she loves Slam Dunk. She just loves Takiko anyway. She loves the fucking Slam Dunk. She loves Vagabond.
You
So
said your.
yeah.
I remember a while ago. You said your sister is the one that got you into manga, right?
Yeah, she got me
The Dragon Ball.
yeah, she didn't get it for me,
Oh,
but we were at Barnes and Noble and she was like holding on to it, like reading through it, and I was like, the hell is that? She's like, oh, this is called manga. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then she like put it down to go to the restroom or some shit like that, and I fucking scooped it up and I was like, nah, I'm gonna get this shit. So then she was so pissed at me for like a week. She's like, oh, I fucking wanted it. And then I remember her telling me, she's like, you can't even read that. And I was like, why? She's like, because there's a whole series that happens before it. She's like, Z is like the sequel to just Dragon Ball. And I was like, oh, okay. And then that was it. Then I was into box sets, and I always seen the Dragon Ball Z box set and how fucking cool it was with like the boos going after the fucking Super Saiyans and shit like that. Um, it was
with
over for me then,
Shenron
man.
in the background.
Yeah. The fucking outline of Shenron in the background. Yeah, that was it for me, man. And then I just got into I never got into any debt whatsoever. Like if I didn't have the money, I wasn't gonna buy it. But I fucking I just was spending a lot of my money. I wasn't buying any games. I was fucking, I was still going out and doing stuff, but if I had any disposable money, that shit was going towards Manga Swap, Barnes and Noble, fucking anything like that. I was big into collecting manga. I'm glad I am not anymore because it's helping my wallet out a lot. But yeah,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I would be down to do any of those. I mean, I feel you, man. I have a lot of manga that I would like to go back to. Um, Like, I don't know if you have them, but even like Parasite, like the full color editions, or um, Dorohedoro or some shit like that. Just like kind of a substantially sized series. Or if you wanted to finally tap into Fire Punch, I would be down to reread that. Like, there's so much that we could do as far as the comic and manga buddy reads and stuff.
It would be you know what would be another really fucking cool one to do? It's a
Gantz.
oh, of course, that's a fucking given. I would love to do. I'd reread Gaunt's fucking today if you had all of it and you were like, hey, let's do it. I would probably run through the first four Omnis today.
I want to read the one that you gave me, but I want to have at least the first arc first.
Yeah, which is the first four omnibus. Which
Okay.
the first Omni is like it's. I think it's awesome. I think it sells the story really good, but you don't get a sense of like the threat just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because the first like alien they go after because Gantz tells I don't know if you know but Gantz like the ball that's in the middle of that room
Hmm.
tells them here's your weapons, here's your armor, this is the alien you guys are hunting, here's his weakness, here's his fucking strength. And the first alien they go after is called the Onion Kid, and it's literally just a fucking it looks like Bart Simpson and it's just a little kid and they fucking go after him and it's kind of like a whack, kind of like a it's not whack. It's just there's a twist in the middle of the battle,
Mm.
but it's not a good representation of like the later like aliens they do have to go after. Cause oh my god, there are some fucking like the Buddha mission in particular is fucking insane. Characters fucking die. Oh man, love it. But anyway, I could talk about Gantz forever. Yeah, Gantz would be a fucking fantastic one to read. Hopefully, um, I'm pretty sure you could get 1 through or 2 through 10, but I'm pretty sure 11 and 12, which are the last two, are hard to find now.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, we talked
I
about that.
I'm pretty sure they're reprinting them though because
Okay.
they just reprinted these right here, which is it's a little spin-off series. It's called Gantz G,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's in three little tankobons, but it got released in an omnibus form like the actual Gantz ones that we know today.
Yeah, I saw that at my LCS the other day actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Gantz G kind of sucks. In my opinion, it's like nowhere fucking near as good as OG Gans. But with them printing that one, I'm pretty sure they're printing 11 and 12 as well as 10. I think 10 was another rare one. But yeah, you just let me know when you want to read Gans, bro, because I will fucking reread that shit in a heartbeat. But anyway, the one that I was gonna say that we could do, it's only 10 volumes long. It's a pretty short read, and it reads pretty quick from what I remember. And this is a series that me and my sister fucking really bonded on because we were kind of I only owned one set, so we were kind of like trading back and forth the volumes. But I don't know if you're into. I showed you this before, and I know you've seen this at your fucking Barnes and Noble or your LCS. But the Drifting Classroom by Kazuo Omez,
Oh yeah, yeah,
three
yeah.
big ones. This shit is fucking awesome. It's my favorite horror manga, my favorite horror book, and it has a very simple premise, but it there's some shit that happens in it that is fucking creepy and terrifying like crazy. And I'm pretty sure you can get all three of these for a really good fucking price on Amazon or something like that. But it has a very classic art style as well, like a very 80s 90s manga, like almost like a uh Tezuko, who does Astro Boy? Uh,
Uh,
something, something.
Osamu Tezuka.
Yeah, Osamu Tezuka. Yeah, it has like a very Osamu Tezuka fucking vibe to it, but it's short, 10 volumes, three omnibuses, and you will not forget this fucking book once you finish it because it has a very ambiguous ending. I don't know if you're a fan of ambiguous endings. I love ambiguous endings,
Hmm.
but man, I think this would be a great fucking buddy read to get like kind of a obviously Berserk is pseudo horror kinda, but this is just full blown horror coded. And Kazuo Umez, I think I said this the last time we talked about it, is a mega inspiration for Junji Ito as well. And I'm not a fan of Junji Ito because of his short form storytelling. Like I think that is the most off-putting way to tell stories is like in tiny little short form fucking mini stories. This is a 10 issue run by, or 10 volume run by Kazuo Mez, and it is shock value at its peak. It's awesome. And I fucking, there's a lot of inconsistencies in like the way the world works, and but if you just close your brain, read it, get a little freaked out, it's a fucking great time. So I this is one of my candidates for sure. And yeah, I think if you like Junji Ito at all, Kazuo Mez knocks it out of the park with the Drifting Classroom. It's fucking fantastic.
Sick, bro. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it more when the time comes because we already have a decent, amount of stuff on our plate. At least in the first half of the year, I know dude. I'll be honest. I've had that itch again. I'm dying to get back into Berserk once we finish
Oh, dude,
Watchmen.
we're in the
Like
best.
especially
We're,
talking about it this episode, bro. Dude, I'm excited for more Berserk. But yeah,
bro, we're at the one of my favorite parts, which people say Lost Children is a filler arc, but I think it is integral to the character of Guts and the way he breaks down, and not breaks down, but like lets his true colors show to in particular character that we'll meet eventually. Yeah, man. Lost Children is fucking fantastic. It's really short, and it just leads straight into the conviction arc as well.
mm,
But yeah, I can't wait to complete Berserk. It's gonna be a while until we finish it though, so I
yeah,
hopefully we can finish it around like April, June, something like that. I hope we could finish it completely around then.
yeah.
Um,
I would like to finish it before summer rolls around, so that when summer does roll around, we can start something fresh. Probably, I feel like again, I feel like Jonah Hex would be a good thing to read for the summer, but I know you might want to read it sooner, so it depends on what we figure out. But we could definitely
well, I have a good list of shit I have to read before it. Obviously, like I have to finish Watchmen, Berserk, and the Immortal Hulk as well before I get around to Jonah Hex. Which Immortal Hulk would be a pretty quick read if I do just start grinding on it. Watchmen is, for me, I could probably knock it out in like 2 days, 3 days if I really, really wanted to.
right.
Um, and then Berserk is going to be the real wall in between, getting into something substantially big like you know, Fist of the North Star, Vagabond, or even like an omnibus, because it's just Berserk is such a character study between me and you. You know what I mean? Like we don't take it at face value. We kind of try to squeeze the juice, if you will, from every part of Berserk that we do read. So
Dissecting the
yeah,
characters and themes and theory crafting and all that stuff.
yep. So yeah, I am more than excited to continue Berserk. And it has been a fucking long time since I've read through, because I've read the Golden Age. Obviously you can't forget the fucking Golden Age. It's very, you know, prevalent in
Stays in your
the,
brain.
yeah, 100%. But this second half, man, it's gonna, or not even second half, like the next 2/3 of this series are something I forgot a lot about. I do remember the big story beats, but there's a lot that I did forget, and it's gonna be awesome, man. Keep your guys' eyes peeled for that episode, or those episodes coming out after our Watchmen read through.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be
A-
fun.
absolutely. Well, yeah, we'll definitely talk about what we'll talk privately, and we'll let you guys know too about what we're gonna be doing for Buddy Reads. If you guys do want to tag along and join us throughout the rest of the year. But with that being said, I think it's about time we get into some games.
Yeah, I'm down with that, brother. Let's get it.
What do you want to play,
Wrap
bro?
up.
You want to do a draft? Do you want to do Tower of Nerds?
We should do Tower of Nerds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's one
Let
of
me
my
put these books
favorites.
away. Let me put these books away, and I'll grab my little notepad so I could fucking write all this stuff down.
Sounds good, bro.
But yeah, we'll play a couple games.
Do you want to do best of three or just 3 rounds?
We could do best of three because I think we're past the 2 hour mark by just a little bit right now, right?
Let's see here. A little bit before. We're at 150.
Yeah, we could do best of three.
Okay.
And then let me pour myself another
Sounds
cup of coffee before I fucking throw up.
bueno. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my thing here.
All right, cool.
Cool. I got my list thing ready.
Or even like, bro, we could read through like Uzumaki. I don't know if you ever read through that,
I'll
but
be
that was
honest
always one
though,
that I really wanted to.
I don't fucking care about Junji Ito.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about him either, but his longest form of a story is
I mean,
Uzumaki, so
not really my thing, I don't think.
yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I mean, you've damn near sold me about Drifting Classroom. I'd be down to check that out with you, but I don't really want to. Junji Ito is not my style.
Yeah, no, I feel that. No, Drifting Classroom though, if don't let it sway you away. That fucking story is awesome, awesome, dude, awesome.
Well, hey, as far as we've been talking about manga a lot today. You want to do a manga Tower of Nerds?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, switch it up a little bit.
Cool, man. All right, so I'll let you go first since technically you're leading this episode. You can go first. Um, think of your topic, and I'll think of mine.
All right, ready to go.
Uh, okay.
All right. Is Luffy on your list?
Yeah, I'll put Luffy on
Okay.
there. Is Torfin on your list?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Goku on your list?
No.
No. Okay.
Give me Musashi.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is Denji on your list?
Yeah. I mean, can I get Guts?
You sure can.
Got the Seinen Big Three.
Hmm. Is Zoro on your list?
No.
No.
Um. Can can I get the main dude from Gantz?
No.
No. Okay.
Can I get Guts?
Yes. Can I get Zora?
Yes.
Okay.
Like Tama?
No.
No.
Can I get Asta from Black Clover?
Asta.
From Black Clover, main character.
Oh, is he the main character? Yeah.
Cool. All right, I have to guess next round.
Yep. Is Kaiman on your list from Dorohedoro main character, the lizard head?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna guess sword users.
Yes, sir.
I want you to try to guess mine though. Who do you got?
Luffy, Denji, and Guts.
They all have something in common. Physically, like their physical having to do with abilities and stuff.
Abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, they all have transformations. No?
No, that's not what I was going for. What parts of their body are all similar?
Hmm. Their arms? Their hands?
Yeah, they all got like weird arms, different powers. Luffy's got
Hmm.
stretchy arms. Guts has a cannon arm. Denji has a
Yeah.
chainsaw arm.
Oh. I was wondering about Guts. I'm like, what is he? But the cannon arm for sure. So that's what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to do
I was
something different, but
yeah. All right, let me think of another one. All right, I got it.
uh okay.
You go
Um
first.
yeah. Um can I get Jotaro?
Yeah, you can.
Sick.
Can I get Naruto?
No.
No?
Can I get Sasuke?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sasuke.
Tell me guys, do I look like Sasuke?
Could I get I was gonna say Adolf Hitler from fucking Message to Adolf.
Oh,
Because I have that one, but nah, that doesn't count. Can I get a Kenshiro?
no. No.
No?
Can I get Aaron Yeager?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Aerith.
Puppy.
I know.
What was her name again? Was it Haley?
Gracie.
Gracie. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gracie.
She already had a name whenever I got her. So I just kept it Gracie. But her, I fucking got her whenever she was like fresh out, not fresh out the litter, obviously, but like a couple of weeks, like 7 or 8 weeks after she was
She go day one.
born. Yep, she's the day one, dude. I literally got her 5 years ago already.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I've had both these guys for 5 years. You're just so cute. Hey, bye. Come here. Up.
Aww. Her face, she don't know what's going on. Puppy. Sick, bro.
I love these guys. She jumps right back up. All right, was it my turn?
Oh yeah, it's your turn now.
Oh shit, sorry, bro. Fucking
It's all good.
let me see. Can I get Rurouni Kenshin?
Nope.
No.
Mm. The hell? What? I mean, can I get Casca?
Yeah.
Well, damn. Now I'm even more confused.
Yeah, this one's like but these characters all have something in common outside of their manga.
Okay.
That might have been way too big of a hint, honestly. um, can I get Toriko?
Nope.
God damn.
Bro, what? Like, I'm looking at the names here. Oh, I got it. They were all made in Japan. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, no.
Uh, fuck. Outside of their manga. Can I get Musashi again?
Not sure. Let me actually look this up. I don't think so. It says yes, but I don't know personally. It says yes.
Fuck, man. Well, now I've got to guess next round, and I. Okay.
Oh yeah, there is. Well, I don't have fucking any. So you have five, I don't have any.
I'll give you a hint.
All right.
Think you're only doing protagonists for the most part.
Hmm. Can I get Nami?
Let me rephrase that. A story has no stakes unless there's conflict.
Oh. Let me get Croc.
Wait, what even was my thing again?
Oh
Oh
my god.
yeah. Because you haven't gotten any, so I hadn't had to think about it. Yes, crocodile you can get.
All right.
Fuck, man.
And remember, it's until you guess it as well. It's not like you get one guess and it's until. Hopefully, I could rack up a couple more and then fucking make my guess. I could tie it.
Is it manga that have like art museums?
That's a good one, but no.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, Let me get Eniru.
Yeah. Never mind. I'll tell you, it's not just villains though. There's something else to it. Because villains would just be too surface level.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, dude, what?
What was your first pick? Oh, the with museums.
Huh?
No, nothing. I was
Yeah,
just thinking about what your first answer was.
yeah. You know how sometimes they have those art exhibits?
Yeah. Dude, that was the one for Berserk would have been a fucking dream to go to.
Oh, dude, and they have a lot of really cool JoJo ones too.
Oh, I'm sure, because it's literally based in fashion. Literally, that whole series.
Yeah, yeah. No, a lot of the concept art and stuff that Araki does, and like outside of the manga, he has so much like JoJo art that he does, and it's all so fucking cool.
I don't know if you knew, but all the poses in JoJo are actual like Vogue and
Yeah.
like all those different like magazine poses and shit. Like the fucking.
Well, like there's didn't they have a JoJo exhibit at the Louvre?
I don't know. Maybe that sounds about right.
Like the big, the Louvre, right?
Yeah,
The
like the one with the Mona Lisa and shit, right?
I'm pretty sure like the big art museum that's in I think
Yeah.
France.
Mhm.
But dude, I need to stop stalling. What am I thinking? What the fuck, man? Uh,
You want to throw another character out there if you're that stumped? Kind of test the waters a little bit,
no, not really,
or
because
could you even
all of
think?
these characters are pretty different and they're
Yeah.
somehow connected. So I don't. know how
And
that would really help me.
the bone I threw you, you got to keep that in mind.
Okay, they have something similar outside of their manga.
They're all humans? Just kidding.
They're
No, just
all,
kidding.
I don't know, written by dudes.
No. No.
When you say outside of the manga, do you mean like the creation of the manga itself, or like what? Okay, I don't know if that's too much of a big hint.
Because I feel like if I say anything more, it'll literally, you'll be
Okay,
like, oh, light bulb, and get it. Because
okay,
you're like on the verge. Like, you're not thinking of something.
okay.
All right,
You
let me
go.
get, I should have been thinking about this. Can I get the bomb devil?
Yeah,
The fuck is her name? Like, what's her actual name?
Rize.
Oh, Reze. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
all are published in a magazine. I mean, that's most manga anyway. That's fuck.
You could guess again.
Um, were you thinking that it's seinen?
Like my category?
Yeah, because I. Oh wait, because that doesn't make sense. Fuck. I forgot I said Sasuke.
Well, Jotaro and Sasuke are both shonen,
Oh,
right?
that's true. Yeah, I forgot JoJo started out as a shonen because it went to a seinen magazine.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Fuck, man. All right, I'm an idiot. I'm dancing around here.
You're right there, bro. You're right there. You like got the right idea. You got the right idea.
They're all long series.
No, that's a good one though, but no.
Like,
You're still in the medium of manga here.
right. What do you mean by that?
Like you're still thinking of the manga itself. Like I said, the bone I threw you earlier was you're thinking of outs. All these characters have
Oh,
something that comes outside of their manga.
oh, that's what you. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like still about the manga, but like about like production wise, like not actually within the manga.
Oh no. Like outside of the production, the manga itself. Like all these characters are
Oh,
outside of the entirety of the whole industry of manga.
outside of the manga industry. What are like memes,
Oh, no.
dude? All right, you go.
No.
You go.
All right. Could I get There's like not really much else I could go with. Where my mind is going, I don't think I know any more. I might just have to throw a guess out there.
For real?
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
go.
thinking villains that use elements. No, okay, that's where my mind was going. All right, well, I guess your turn. I'm gonna have to guess after, or not guess, but I'll have to keep throwing names out there after this.
Jotaro, Sasuke, Eren, Casca, Musashi. That is a crazy cast. Um, what is it like? Their series are all ranked high on my anime list or something like that? No.
No.
Fuck.
Um, can I get a Askeladd?
No.
No.
I'll give you a hint though. Askeladd can't do something that all of your other ones can do.
All right.
You gotta be in the realm of like power sets.
Yeah.
Um, is it? Do they have video games?
That's it.
Damn, bro. There's a fucking vagabond video game.
It's not Vagabond. It's just called Musashi. But you said
Oh.
it was characters that are featured in a video game.
Oh well,
Because
Musashi's in Ghost of Yotei as well.
oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Because Jotaro has the JoJo fighting game.
Right, right.
Sasuke is in all the Naruto fighting games. Eren Yeager has an Attack on Titan video game. Casca's in the Berserk Band of Hawk video, or she's in all of the Berserk games. And then Musashi is in his own respective game, also Ghost of Yotei. I'm surprised he didn't get that one quicker.
Well, I mean the Musashi one really threw me off because I
That's
was
why I was like, I don't know.
yeah
But
because
there
like
literally is a PS1 game called Musashi, and you play as like a young Miyamoto Musashi in it.
that's sick though.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I mean I feel like you can just rapid fire like you're in the same like you're in the realm. You can get it.
Yeah, like not main villains.
No, so they're villains. They have to have powers, but what are
Yeah,
those powers doing to them?
I don't know, like changing their body. I don't know,
Well, yeah, but what do you call that?
like transformation.
Yeah, villains with
What is Croc?
transformations.
What is a Croc? What does Croc change into?
He
Or
turns his
Aniru?
body into sand. He's a Logia type.
What about Aniru?
He turns his body into lightning.
I guess I was thinking more along the lines of like a full blown like transformation, like an apostle type shit.
Oh, I mean that would have worked too. Like I would have put if you had said Frieza, that's a given. Cell,
Yeah, yeah, Cell, yeah,
Broly, like a lot of the Dragon Ball characters. If you had said, um, I don't know, like any villain that like transforms or like because they have like a base form, but then when they have activate their powers, and they're like they turn into something different. So like there's a large range of characters that would have worked in
yeah.
my eyes. I guess the One Piece ones weren't great examples, but I was hesitant to say that they
To
wouldn't fit
scare me
in.
away. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, because I was gonna say Griffith,
I would
and
have,
that would have been one as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, my mind was going towards the elements. So I was like
Uh,
sand, like, oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
the fuck does that happen?
I think one of the last times we played that was mine, where it was like
Of the elements?
yeah, we did like superheroes with elements or whatever.
Yeah, because I think I did like storm
Yeah,
and shit like
it was
that.
like Human Torch, the Thing, Storm,
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
but
Well, that was fun, bro. It's always a good time.
yes, sir. I think. Hey, when are you gonna come home with a dub? By the way,
I'm blaming it on the experience, brother. I'm blaming it on the experience.
I feel like I don't know. You've probably read. Have you read more manga than me? Probably.
Maybe. I definitely haven't read more comics than you, but I've read
I I've probably.
a lot.
You think I've read more shonen than you, or have you read a
Um,
lot of shonen?
oh. I've read all of Chainsaw Man, all of Toriko, the first two box sets of one, or no, the first three box sets of One Piece. I've read more than half of One Punch Man. I've read the first arc of Bleach. I've read parts one, two, and three of JoJo's.
Okay, so you've read a good
Um,
amount of shonen.
I've read all of Die Dark. I've read all of Mob Psycho. I've read all of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Claymore, which is a shonen.
Is it really? It's not a seinen.
It's no, no. Well, I don't know. It's listed under Shonen Jump. You could read it on the app.
Hmm.
It does have a more of a seinen feel to it, obviously, though. What else? Uh, Kaiju number eight. I've read. Yeah, I've read some of Kaiju number eight. I've read the first two arcs of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay, so we've probably read about the same amount then. If not, you've probably
Yeah,
read a little bit more seinen than I have. But
I don't know, because I think how much seinen have I actually read? I've read all of Berserk, more than half of Vinland Saga, all of Gantz, Gantz G, Gigant. I've read Inuyashiki. Um, Drifting Classroom, I would say that's a seinen for sure. Um, I don't know. That's pretty much it for all the seinen that I've read.
yeah, that's still probably more than me. Like I've read all of Vinland Saga, and obviously I'm doing Berserk. I've read Fire Punch. Uh, what have I read? Dude, honestly, it's been so long since I've been in like a heavy manga mindset that I can't remember a lot of the stuff that I've read. You know,
Yeah,
like uh, yeah. I mean, as far as I guess Abara, one of the Sutama, not yeah, Sutama Nihei stuff. But I mean, I've read mostly shonen, like Black Clover, Blue Exorcist.
Oh
So,
shit, I've read Hellsing. I've read Pluto.
oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, there's a lot. There's a lot that I've read that I've sold. Like I read the first two arcs of Demon. Oh no, that's shonen. But Demon Slayer I've read. Um,
Dude, did you ever read that manga Colorless?
nah, there was a. I remember Shonen Caesar was trying to get me on that shit.
Dude, that shit's fire. It's
Is it?
definitely kind of like underground, like low key pick. You know what I mean? Like kind of one of those ones where it's like if you know, you know. But
Yeah,
that shit's
yeah,
fire, bro. I forgot I read that.
yeah. But that's pretty much it. I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and look and tally up all my fucking different shonen and seinen and shit.
One of these days, bro, you gotta lock in and bring home the dub, though. That's all I'm saying.
I know, bro. I know. I know.
I'm a dubaholic. What can I say? But
Well, shit, guys. What do you say we knock out or close out this video to the viewers?
yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate you guys listening to our takes, listening to our stuff that we picked up, stuff that we've been reading, um, listening in on our Watchmen, getting ready for that coming out in a couple of days. Um, yeah, I mean, it's been another great episode. Appreciate it, Luke. Thank you guys for watching as well. If there's anyone that wants to be on the pod or that is, you don't even have to be a content creator. If you like comics, you like manga, you like movies, you like video games, let us know down in the comments because we're more than welcome to have you on. Um, if there's anyone that you like, any content creators that you like that you would like to be see featured on the podcast, let them know that We Got Issues wants you on their key issues line of issues that are coming out. Um, that being said, like I said, watch out for our Watchmen review coming out in a couple of days. Watch for our Berserk Conviction arc as well as the Lost Children because I'm pretty sure we could connect both those together in one video. Um, and then keep your guys' eye out for our next couple buddy read-throughs, man. We're going to be going through Berserk all the way through, but it's really good, so it shouldn't take us more than a couple of months to do so. And then after that, like we discussed in this video, keep your guys' eyes peeled for maybe a Jonah Hex, maybe Vagabond, maybe Gantz, something like that. Keep your guys' eyes peeled for something like that. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Anything you want to close out with, Luke?
Nah, man, much the same. Everything this guy said.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. Catch you guys in the next issue and keep your guys' eyes peeled for our key issues, our buddy reads, and some of our specials that might be coming out here very soon. Appreciate you guys watching. It's been Xboxgut.
MLGman.
Later, guys.
Peace.